Well, a report released this month, the Global Hunger Index, shows the number of undernourished people worldwide has risen for the first time in years. In Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, many children are starving. The northern region is poor, and a violent Islamist insurgency has made many areas so unsafe that people can't farm their land. The pandemic is, of course, making the situation even worse. NGOs say more than 10 million people need help. Now, mothers and children are often the ones who bear the brunt of the suffering. DW's correspondent, Fred Muvunyi, went to Mubi in Adamawa State for this report.
This could save Hassan's life, but he has trouble drinking. When even the strong are starving, developmental problems make every day a struggle.
My son Hassan is one of two twins. I saw differences since they were born. He didn't grow enough and vomited a lot. He's 5 years old and has not been growing.
2 weeks ago, Hassan's mother, Umi, had almost lost hope. She came to this feeding center for help. Hassan and Umi are not alone. Many desperate people come to this center. As the situation in the region gets worse, hunger strikes the weakest: children, breastfeeding women.
Because of the armed conflicts, a lot of people have been displaced from their homes. They now live in IDP camps. They have less access to their farmlands, less access to food, and also to their social network. So as a result of this, we see a lot of malnutrition cases occurring in this region.
Umi has to take Hassan home. The center is so busy it can't help them any further. She's worried about what to do next.
All the money we had in the last 5 years is finished. We spent everything on his medication. We have no food to feed him. We are left with nothing.
The family and the twins are reunited. They have 5 children, including Hassan, who needs special care. They are scared of hunger, and they know love is not always enough.
And from Maiduguri, I am joined by Dr. Sangeeta Jacob-Dogal. She is a nutrition manager with the United Nations Children's Fund, Unicef, in Nigeria. Very warm welcome. Thank you for joining us on the show. In your line of work, you must come across devastating scenes like the ones we've just seen in that report. In your view, what are the biggest problems that are leading to starvation?
The most important thing is that the prices are too high because of the pandemic at this stage. Children and women are having many infections. So food insecurity and infection together make the children and women the most vulnerable and getting into the malnutrition. So it becomes a very big challenge for us to provide timely support and services to these people.
That being said, Nigeria is Africa's wealthiest nation and fastest growing economy, and yet more than half of the country lives below the poverty line. To address this food insecurity, how do you explain that?
The food insecurity is a bigger challenge because of the insurgency and the armed conflict, displacement of people. They are not doing any farming. They do not have any regular income, and the food aids from all over is not enough for the number of people becoming, food insecure. So it is important that we take over those kind of things, but at the same time, there are a lot of traditional practices and taboos which go against the food myths and the good nutrition, which we can talk about for the micronutrient and macronutrient in terms of good nutrition and diets. People don't eat full meal. If there is just one flour, they mix water with it and they give it to the child as the complementary feeding, whereas they require more than just the flour and water. So minimum acceptable diet is a huge challenge in children and women. Less than 5% of children between the age of 6 to 24 months get the minimum acceptable diet, which is not at all acceptable. Women in their daily diet, they are not eating enough food with the quality and quantity they are required to eat.
Now, you also mentioned the armed insurgency in Nigeria. How is UNICEF dealing with the insecurity in the country?
It's a challenge, yes, but we try to do all possible precautions and support to the families and communities. We have the camps which are supported by the government, but UNICEF is the key player along with all the other UN agencies to give backup support to the population who are displaced and population who are recently arriving in the country because of the displacement and returning back from other countries.
Right, Dr.
So
Sangeeta Jacob Dogal, I'm afraid we're
going
going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us on DW News with that important update.
Okay. Thank you.